Hello everyone, my name is Vicky StitchNButton. Today is April 22nd. This is Flosstube number 56 and coming back at you after 2 weeks with a little bit of an update as to what I've been working on. I have a stack and I even have an FFO this time, if you can believe it. I had some comments on my video that people were having a problem hearing me. Unless I yell, I can't really adjust the volume. So I'm trying it different. I actually have my Bluetooth in this time. Maybe it'll pick up easier. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's, every time I listen to it, it sounds fine. And I've asked other people, and it may just be the device you're listening on. But I don't know how to fix that. There's no way for me to fix that in any of the stuff that I use. So if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. Alright, let's get on to business. What have I been doing for 2 weeks? Actually, I've been doing a bunch of stuff. I've done a bunch of stuff. I will start out with my FFO. I finally framed. Maybe you can see the hot mess that's going on there, yeah. Maybe that, Here's my squid. I finally put in the frame. I've had this frame for a while, since before I got it finished, and it was the perfect size. I can see it's off by maybe a centimeter, and I've redone it a few times, and I just can't get it just right for some reason. So it's gonna have to, everybody's gonna have to look at it like this, and it'll be just fine, right? I pinned it, and I didn't lace it. I used framer's tape on the back instead of lacing this time, and pretty much I just put an old file folder on the back to cover up in the back because you're not going to see it. I don't have glass walls, so there you go. It is framed and ready to be hung up, and that's good because it's been sitting here waiting to be hung up all this time. So now I showed it to you, and it will go up on the wall. Either that or I'll drop it and it'll not go on the wall. You know, there's things like that happen. Let's see, I did a bunch of different projects for Magical Stitches last week. I think there was at least 3 or 4 different ones. And then the week before I couldn't even tell you because I can't remember too much about last week. So I've got a bunch here, and thank goodness I write them down as I work on them, because otherwise I'd forget. I look at this list and I'm like, oh yeah, I did put something in that, didn't I? So my last one that I worked on as of like yesterday was Hedgehog House. This is printed by Lena Lawson, and it's the art of Jean-Baptiste Monge. Is it Monge? Monge. Anyway, this cute hedgehog, he's coming along pretty well. I have been working on the top since it's a 2-page chart, so I figure the chart sort of ends here. So I figure I'd work on everything up top. Don't look at my nails. I haven't had a chance to. I want to say I haven't had time, but I guess I could have had time if I made time, right? If I took the time out to do it. But I haven't done my nails, so don't look. Anyway, I worked on, yeah, that's stitching too. I couldn't tell for a minute there. I worked on this, and I did a lot of filling on this side, and did a little bit coming down here, and I did all this. It's a couple hundred stitches. It's not bad. I'm really liking it. I'm still liking it on this fabric. This fabric is 32 count Peddler's Blend from Dames of the Needle, and I think it's looking really cool. He's gonna really, you could already tell it's a window, and I didn't even do back stitching yet, so this is a good thing. I'm liking it. So I got that done. I'll put this back with the threads before mayhem ensues, right? Alright. I pulled out an old one. I forget what the prompt was, but I ended up pulling out one I haven't worked on in a while. I don't think I worked on it this year. And it is Mini Space Traveler from Heaven Earth Design. This is one that was retired, and I'm doing this one on 22 count, Ada. I think it's Ada. Yeah, it's like a cream color. You're not going to see that anyway once it's all done because it's full coverage. And I'm trying to think of what I worked on. I know I worked on some of this down here, and I did a lot of fill-in stuff. I did a whole bunch of fill-in. I wanted to try to get all this filled in here and stuff with whatever I had sitting there parked. Because I've been trying to use the park thread, so I got some of that done. Not bad. Not bad. It's coming along. Almost a page finish. Again, Pattern Keeper's making it work a lot easier for me. It's a lot less guesswork, so that helps. Let's see. What is next? I gotta put this stuff away as I go along, or else it's gonna get all messed up. Have some coffee. I'll be done in a minute. Look, it wasn't even a minute. Okay, my next one. She is getting so close to being done, by the way. This is A Midsummer Night's Fairy by Mirabilia. This is my oldest whip to date now. Yeah, the oldest one. Because my other one was done, so. She's been on the go since, what, 2005 now? And the bottom's been done. I have some more leaves to do. Of course, all the beading. But as far as stitching, full stitches, or DMC, or Krynic, it's leaves and stuff. And then I finished up her skin the last time I worked on her. And then this time, I ended up frogging out a whole bunch of Krynic. It was over 100 stitches of Krynic in that one wing. It was off by like 1 or 2 stitches, so I had to pull that all out, and then I filled some back in, and I put some more of the colors in her hair. And there's only a few more spaces left in the hair with another color that needs to go in there. But that's how far she is. The branch is all done. I think I've done all the brown that needs to be done. I'm liking it. I also did, I went over with a half stitch over the hair and the skin, like I said I was going to, because the first time I added the blending filament with the DMC, it didn't show up quite right. I mean, I didn't pay attention to the way it was laying either, but I was going to sit there and fussy stitch all that. So I stitched it in, and I noticed there was like gaps, so wherever it wasn't showing any Krynic, I went through with the Krynic and I put a half stitch just on the top leg, and then I did it all throughout the hair, just to give it that illusion that it's behind the wing. And she's looking pretty good. I think, famous last words, but I think I'll have her done this year. Almost positive. It's a goal. It's a goal. Put her in her bag. I think all the prompts called for like 200 stitches, and I finished up my homework prompts quick this week. I was able to do some extra stuff. All right, back here. Another one I worked on is Dressed Monkey on the Throne. We're calling this Monkey on the Toilet. And this is her. Mine is named Gracie. Gracie Burns, after George Burns' wife. I think everybody in Virtual Stitchers has named theirs a different name. I chose Gracie. This one is being done on 18 count. It's not that large of a project, even though it's full coverage. It's not that huge. I think it's 16 by 18. I cut the fabric, so that's what, a 10 by 12 when it's done, stitched area. And so I put it on 18 count. And I filled in a lot of that. I want to call it a window. I don't know. We're not quite sure if it's a window or a mirror. Could be either or. Anyway, I filled in a lot of that and around it, the frame around it. And I'm looking at this and I'm wondering if, oh no, it's okay. I thought maybe I did the wrong color, but no, I didn't. But yeah, that's all I did on that. I just filled in a lot of the white and the blue there. And like I said, I think it was only like 200 stitches, so it wasn't even a lot. It didn't take me too long to do that. I don't know if I added any of that green down there or not. I don't remember that part. And this one is not on Pattern Keeper. It won't convert over on Pattern Keeper. So I still have to use the paper pattern on that. Alright, next. I have not started Anzac yet. I plan on it by the 29th probably. It'll probably be my 29th start. Another one I worked on, it had to be, I think it was around 200 stitches I worked on. And I worked on Dorothy's Discovery from Silver Creek Samplers. And she's looking good. I've got almost the left side done on her. Or if it's like this, it's the right side. I ended up working on the Yellow Brick Road. I did the one line of Violet that was there because it was Roy G. Bye instead of Roy G. Biv for a minute. And I did the Violet, and then I worked on the Yellow Brick Road going across and got my 200 stitches in on that. The only thing I have left to do on this side is, besides the Yellow Brick Road that goes all the way across the bottom, there's a basket with Toto there. And then I'll be totally on the other side to finish up the rest of the words that are there, which aren't many, and the Emerald City that's over there. I think that, there's 2 hearts too, which are not that much. So this is probably going to be a finish this year too. I gotta have something finished, because I got some big ones going on here. Alright. Put that away. My next one that I did was my grapes pillow. This is out of magazine. It's Donna Vermillion Giampa. She did a bunch of pillows that were in the Just Cross Stitch magazine. This one's out of February 2000. And I worked on, I know you'll be shocked, I worked on some grapes. Ha. So, that ass though. So I did a little bit down here, but I mostly worked on the purple up here. I filled in all those smaller grapes that are up there and worked my way down and filled in a couple of things that had to be stitched in here, and I might have done like a length of thread down there. But it's looking good. I think I got 1,000 stitches in on this almost. Was it? I don't remember. I think so. It was a lot. It was a lot. But that's coming along. That will not probably be a finish this year. I highly doubt it. My bags are on the floor down there. Pick them up. Alright. That's that. Where'd I put the picture? This is done on Lugana. It's an even weave, definitely 28 count, just white because it's mostly full coverage, and you don't really need any fancy fabric with all those grapes going on there. Next was One Nation. That's this one. This is One Nation by Bygone Stitches. It only has 3 colors. Red, white, and blue, baby. I think I started this last year. I think. And I am doing mine on Creek Bed Brown by R&R. I think it's R&R. And I'm trying to think of... Oh. Here's what it's looking like, totally. That's how much I've gotten done. And what I worked on was Rhode Island. I finished Rhode Island and that bird, and I worked on a whole bunch of the border that was going around. I also worked on a couple of stitches that were left over up here. I did that, and a couple of stitches in the border there. but I worked on that so I can move totally down and start the next row. It's looking good. I have some more stars to do over here, but it's getting there. I'm loving it. I don't even remember how many stitches I did on this. This might get done this year. I mean, it's only April, right? Possibilities are endless. Alright. That is what I've worked on. Oh, well, that might be rude. Anyway, that's what I've worked on. I have plans on what I'm going to work on next. I have some things that I've purchased that have come in the mail and that I purchased on Etsy. And, oh. This pile. Interesting. Okay. So, let's go on with purchases and my plans on what I wanted to get done for the next 2 weeks. In the mail came my 1 yard of fabric that I ordered from Keepsakes. And it came in like 2 days because I had pre-ordered it before, and I finally called them. I said, let me get this paid for before I forget again. And they said, okay. So, because it was fabric, just one piece, I figured it couldn't go alone, so I ordered some DMC. I also forgot that I had also ordered some Classic Colorworks colors, and they came with it also. I don't know what I was thinking. I still have to confirm, but I'm thinking I bought some colors to go with my Santas for, hang on, okay. Yeah, I bought some colors to go with my Santas, I think. I could be wrong, but I think. And I got these Classic Colorworks. One is Finley Gold, the yellow. And then, of course, I bought 3 Cupid, because I knew I was going to need more Cupid for it, and why not? And then this steamed broccoli, which I can't, like I said, I still have to go pull that out and see if steamed broccoli is what I'm using on it. Now, as far as the other 2 Cupid that happen to be there, because there are 5 skeins there, my friend Joni sent it to me, because I sent her some, so she sent it me 2 skeins as a thank you. So thank you, Joni. So those get to, I have to do the great, what did I get these for? And then the DMC is just some DMC that when I go through my DMC and I notice that I'm either using the last skein or there's a half a skein left or something like that, I put it on my shopping list on my, there's an app that I use on my phone, and of course I'm using my phone to record. I'm trying to think. It's the Cross Stitch app. A lot of people have it. I know they do. I know it's available for iPhone. Not sure about Android, but I think it was only like $4 or something, and you can put in all your charts and stuff. It's also got a shopping list there, so I'll punch in the numbers for the DMCs that I need, and just keep it on there so it's on my phone. You never know. There could be a sale. You could just have DMC there that you can buy. It should be there on your person at all times. So, along with those threads came my yard of Easy Grid 25 count that I had, I think it's, yeah, 25 count Easy Grid fabric. It's a Lugana. So I had this whole yard of fabric, and I have all these full coverages that I had bought recently. And I figured, well, I gotta start, I'm not saying I gotta start them, but I gotta try to start kitting them up, right? Because it takes a while, especially since I'm doing the project cards and stuff. So I cut out a bunch of project cards, and I also was on Virtual Stitchers, I guess it was like last week. And I was like, okay, here's the ones that that are in the running for being kitted up. I have a yard of fabric. What do you think I should do first? So we did a vote, and one of them that won was this coffee one. It is from Mia Stitch. I had put this in one of my previous videos that I bought at Mia Stitch. It's a full coverage, so we did this one. I was like, okay. So when I went to go look at it, though, it's got fractional stitches in it. Yeah, you're not doing that on 25 count easy grid. So I went and I found this piece of lamb's wool that I had. It's a Joblin. It's the perfect, I think it might be 1 inch shorter than I like for a margin, but that's okay, it'll work. So that is that, right? So I still haven't used my easy grid. Well, then another one that won was Wizard of Oz, because I knew I had enough room for 2 of them, at least. I mean, it's a full yard, right? So Wizard of Oz won. So that one got the first piece cut out. I had the cover page and I put it with the fabric. So that's fine. I cut out project cards, blah, blah, blah. And then I started looking at the fabric that was left over. And I was like, I know I can put something else on this fabric. So I went through the other ones that were contenders as far as, you know, how many votes they got. And I found I had enough fabric for Waterhole Guardians. These colors, I don't know why my printer does this, but it's not as vibrant as the pictures are. But I cut that out and I made the project cards for that already. So I just had to put the DMC on them. Well, I had a piece left over and it was kind of long and thinner, so it was perfect for Story Keep. So I did Story Keep Ugly Birds. I have another Story Keep, it's Maleficent, but I think Ugly Birds needs to be done first. So that was the whole yard. Out of a yard, I got 2 large ones and a Story Keep. And these are already, I even did how many of each length I was going to need. I just wrote it on pencil next to the number so I can pull it. I have to do the same with the Guardian one. And I still have more cards to do. So that needs to be done. I do it in spurts. I also happen to kit, pretty sure I showed this, but I happened to kit this one up. I had bought this a few weeks ago, the Philly Special. It's one of the great plays in the Super Bowl that we won against the Patriots a few years ago. And this one's just going on some even weave. It's just a cream even weave. It's got 3 colors. So I kitted that up real quick. When will I start it? I don't know. I've got new starts coming up, so who knows when that'll be fit in. One of the other things that I got in the mail was some Color and Cotton. Color and Cotton had a sale. It was only for, I don't know. When I heard about it, there was only a day left, so I went in to see what she had, and I figured I'd get like 10 skeins because it's only $2. Well, luckily, I didn't want more than that because she was sold out of so many things. I barely got away with ordering 10 different colors. And the colors I decided on, I'm trying to open up this other bag. It's kind of stuck. There we go. She put 5 in a bag for me. So, the colors that I bought were this purple one, which is Pressed Petals. This Quail, and it's a little bit darker than that. I don't know if the board's going to help or not. There we go. Quail. Begonia. Fairway. And Mint Julep. Then I also was able to get Monaco. And this one's a little bit more variegated. Monaco. Fiesta. Radioactive. Wimbledon. Wait, that's like really bright. Yeah, it definitely looks like a tennis ball. And Royalty. Normally, I don't think I would have bought this color because it's really bright, but you never know. There might be flowers in something I'm doing, right? And I don't have too many really bright colors in over dyes. So these can go away now. Put these over here. And I also bought some Etsy patterns. When I bought the Philly Special pattern, I also bought what I thought was a pattern, and it was this. That's Eagles colors with all the players from the Super Bowl that we won. I thought, oh, that'll be a really cool cross-stitch design, and I bought it, and it wasn't cross-stitch. It was just the photos, the PGN, JPEG, and I think a PDF format of this picture. So what I did was, since I bought it, I'm able to do what I want with it, well, pretty much what I want with it, and I sent it over to my friend Ava, who is Truly Wicked Crafts. I do believe she has an Etsy. I know she does some designs, and I sent it to her, and I had her actually make it into a cross-stitch pattern for me. Now, not all of the names are going to be in block letters. There's actually going to be a couple of names that have to go in as backstitch, but that's fine. I think it's going to work out just fine. I have not kitted it yet. It's only going to be 2 colors, that Eagles green and the gray, so that's easy enough. And I don't know if she put the colors down there. Yeah, 991 is the dark aquamarine, which is the Eagles green. And then one of the grays, which was like 413, I want to say. No, I was wrong, 415. Anyway, so I was able to pay her to make that into a pattern for me, because that's what I wanted. And then FiddlesticksAU has got a sale, and I bought this one. It says Droids Welcome. I like when the patterns have a picture, when you can print it out and it actually has a picture so I could show you guys and I don't have to edit my videos. But not all of her patterns have that. I actually had to go look for the pictures of these ones and save the picture and print it out, because these other 2 patterns, one is from her, this one's FiddlesticksAU also. There's No Place Like Home. And I kept on looking at this one because EJ had been stitching it. And I really like it because Wizard of Oz. But I don't know that I want to do those colors. I don't know that I want to do the letters in so many colors. And I haven't decided whether I want to make them like all in red, or maybe just the shoe in red and the letters all in something like maybe the blue from her check dress, or maybe even green. I'm not quite sure. We'll decide later, but I did get the pattern because I think it's cute. And then I also went to OhMyStitchesShop, and I've been eyeing this one up forever. I don't know why, but one of my favorite constellations are the Big and the Small Dipper, which are Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. And I guess it's because it's one of the ones I could always point out in the sky. Almost every time I look up, I see them. So I decided to buy this, and I'm pretty sure it was on sale too. It didn't cost that much. So those are the patterns that I bought. Those are the things that I kitted. Okay, there's that. And also, plans and things. I plan on skipping school. By that I mean, I don't feel like doing homework this week for Magical Stitches. I don't know why. The prompts are great. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm just not feeling it. So I've decided I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to stitch what I want. Right now I have beading stuff out all over the place. I had to make a couple of bags for orders, and I got those done, and I had to make some beaded stuff, and that was just last night, so my table's a mess again. I need to cut out bags, make more bags, because I'm down to, I think I only have 2 left, besides a couple of smalls. So I'll be cutting out more bags soon, and I'm going to stitch what I want. Right now, I want to stitch for the prompt for semi-sane is the letter I. For H, I did the Hedgehog House. But for I want to stitch an ink circles, and it is, I think I have the picture here too. Yep. It's Henna Mandala from Ink Circles. I printed out the picture. And I am doing this in Silks for You Silk, number PR067, because it reminds me of the color of henna. Once it's put on the skin, the henna ink, it's got that red and brown color to it. There you go. It's so soft. So soft. And that'll be more than enough thread to stitch that. Then here is where I'm at. I only had a small start on this. I think I started at February 29th when Gina was here with me. So this is all that I had on there. I didn't stitch on it last night. I just got it out and got it ready to stitch. And the fabric is Dixie Sampler, and I think it's Georgia Peach. It was an exclusive for the Prim Stitcher Society retreat. Yeah, the Prim Stitcher Society retreat a few years ago when it was in Georgia. And it just reminded me of it like a tan skin. So henna goes on skin, right? That's my thinking on that. And there's Negan. I still have these needle minders available if you're interested. And speaking of needle minders, I did get a new one in today. Because of the pandemic, I decided to special order these Plague Doctor needle minders, and I got plenty of them in. So if you're interested in them, just give me a message somewhere. Join my StitchNButton group. I have a group. There's a business page, but join the group on StitchNButton. There's albums where all of my items are listed in there. I also have StitchNButton Crafts on Instagram. If you don't have a Facebook, you can message me on there. I did post these on there. And there's tons of other stuff too. And also, because StitchCon was canceled, well, canceled for this year, put on for next year, I had bought, I had ordered custom needle minders for StitchCon to give away. You know, because a lot of people give away needle minders. So I had bought a whole bunch of these, and I would save them, but I had the year put on them. And they say StitchNButton 2020. It's a coffee cup with a heart. And because StitchCon is not going to be this year, I've decided since then, anybody that orders, I'm keeping a running tally on who I'm sending what, because everybody will get one. But I'm sending that along with any orders that come in until they're gone. So, I think I am done. I do. I did order some more stuff, so I should have stuff in a couple of weeks, depending on how the mail is. It's been kind of spotty, as we all know, because everything that's happened and everything's off. Even Amazon's off. Their next day is not so next day on mailing, so it's all right, though. It's nothing I need. I have plenty to keep me company and keep me busy. Like, I could be doing my nails if I was waiting on some fabric. But I'm not even waiting on fabric, right? Anyway, I hope everybody is staying healthy and keeping your distance and just finding things to do that's not going to drive you crazy. Don't read the negative stuff. If it's bothering you, stay off of Facebook, stay off the news. You don't need to see it every day. You don't need to see it constantly. Look for what you need and keep on going. Just ignore it. I do. I can't read it all. There's so many things. There's so many falsehoods and real stuff, and I don't want to see it. So I don't. I read what I have to, and then I'm done. There's a lot less of me on Facebook and even Instagram anymore, just until this washes over for a while. But I feel better about it. You know, you gotta do what you do, you boo. You gotta do what makes you feel better, right? So if it stresses you out, just keep on going. Just pass it by. Anyway, soapbox, right? I am done, and I will see you in 2 weeks, or whenever you get to watch this. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and like if you like it, or dislike if you don't like it, I don't know. Anyway, just remember, don't let anybody steal your sunshine. Bye.